This is candidate Mark Burns, who's running for South Carolina's 4th Congressional District. He's been endorsed by Trump. And let's just let his own words stand for themselves, shall we? You guys ready to see what mainstream conservatism is right now? You guys ready for that? Because keep in mind, this guy has been endorsed by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the face and, like, forefront of the Republican Party. All right? So, buckle yourselves in. If I may make a guess... Oh, please do! What do you think this man is about to say, Stoudman? Just straight up fascism? Kinda. But it's also just straight up something else.
Transgender grooming our children's minds is a national security threat because it is ultimately designed to destabilize the republic we call the United States of America. That's why when I'm elected, I don't want to just vote. I want to start holding people accountable for treason to the Constitution. I am going to push to reenact HUAC. HUAC is the House of Un-American Activities Committee. It was a real committee that was formulated back in the 50s, and is a committee that we should reenact that starts holding these people accountable for treason. We need to hold people for treason, start having some public hearings, and start executing people who are found guilty for their treasonous acts against the Constitution of the United States of America, just like they did back in 1776.
You know what, South Carolina? This is our guy.
The LGBT...
So, in case you didn't parse all of that, he started off by saying that LGBTQ people and trans people are undermining America. Right? And then he transitions into, we need to bring back the House Committee of Un-American Activities. Literally the committee that persecuted people who were just like rumored to maybe be like lefty, like politically to the left. Yeah, if you've ever heard of like the Red Scare or like McCarthyism or like the socialist witch hunts, that's what he's talking about bringing back. Except this time, what he wants to do is to investigate LGBTQ people. Anyone who's rumored to be trans, anyone who's rumored to be gay, should be investigated by this committee that he wants to bring back, and executed if they are found guilty. This is mainstream conservatism. And thank goodness, Scrawny Dweeb pointing out he lost his primary an hour ago, which is great, but that doesn't change the fact that you have these people coming on television and talking about what they think mainstream conservatism is. He still got 24% of the vote in South Carolina. This man who is advocating for executions for LGBTQ people got 24% of the vote in South Carolina. It's just insane. And again, you can't say, oh, this isn't what actual conservatism is. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Donald Trump is the face of the conservative party in this country, and he's endorsing this. Hello, Nishant Draws. How you doing? I feel like my hair looks messy. I don't like when it does like I like when my hair is kind of wavy. I don't like when it just does like the Rachel from Friends. The fact that these psychos can be considered reliable runners for a major political party should be enough to scare anyone that doesn't want to commit genocide against marginalized groups. Yeah, again, the argument that, like... The argument that, oh, like, there's not... Like, the conservatives don't want to genocide gay people seems pretty weak when you have mainstream conservatives going on television calling for the execution of gay people. You know? Summer Cough Face, thank you for the follow. Blink Freak, thank you for the follow. Ultimate Loyal Bumblebee 760, thank you for the follow as well. And Nishant Draws, if I didn't thank you for the follow, thank you right now. I genuinely appreciate it. And folks, we are 10 follows. Only 10 of you need to hit that follow button. And we will be at 7,500 followers on this channel. And that just makes me really happy. I like nice round numbers. Like 7,500 will please me greatly. 8,000 will please me even more. See, he said against the Constitution, so if people put their religion in schools, they'd go in front of these tribunals? No, he wants religion in schools. As long as it's the right kind of religion. I'm not from America, but there's similar political support for genociding LGBTQ people and religious minorities in India. I'm really sorry. I haven't been keeping up a ton with the political situation in India, but I do know that the right-wing government there is pretty rough for LGBTQ people and minorities. Yeah, Narendra Modi, right? It's pretty disgusting over there. Yeah, my heart goes out to you, Nishant Draws, and I hope that through my efforts, we can sort out maybe some part of how fucked up the United States is, and maybe we can do mutual aid and support our comrades in India too. Things are going through a scary and frightening season around the world when it comes to far-right governments. Sending loves and hugs to all of chat. Thank you very much, Metal Kitty Mom. I've one for you. How do you feel about Huey Long? Don't have a ton of background knowledge on Huey Long. Left-wing populist who was assassinated in 1935. Damn, kind of crazy that we didn't hear about. We don't get taught about the assassination of a sitting U.S. senator who is also the 40th governor of Louisiana. That's wild. All right, so another incident here. There's an organization, folks, by the name of Save the Trans Kids, which you might think, oh, that's an organization dedicated to making sure that transgender youth have access to, it's called Protect Trans Kids. You'd think that it would be about an organization about getting trans kids the health care that they need, the mental health services, etc. No, it is actually founded by a woman by the name of Kelly Neidert. And Kelly is an up-and-coming political figure in the far right, who was described as the most hated conservative college student in the state at her college campus in Texas. Is it a TERF org? Yes, it is. Though TERF would even be a generous way of labeling it. She runs an organization with her twin brother. And they have recently allied themselves with the Proud Boys. And this coordination between Save Trans or Protect Trans Kids and the Proud Boys has led to Kelly Neidert and the Proud Boys showing up at a number of protests at family-friendly or even adult-oriented drag Pride Month performances. Yeah, Tokushima, yikes indeed, okay? So, here is some video depicting what happened when two counter-protesters showed up to protest the event going on at this drag brunch, which, by the way, for the record, was a 21-plus drag brunch, meaning you had to be over the age of 21 to be able to enter. Now, here we go. Bear in mind, there's going to be some strong language that I in no way endorse.
I'm in the fucking jail. I will fucking go back, motherfucker. Not fucking afraid.
Hey, calm down. It's okay.
You're shaking like a little pussy bitch. You can't hold the camera pro like that, dude. It's a body camera. Come on, buddy.
I did 6 months fucking locked up, motherfucker. I'll fucking do it again, happily. Just to know I beat your fucking bitch ass, you fucking pedophile fucking faggot.
You protect children.
That's all you got. That's all you got is your little fucking pussy fucking smile. Your little fucking pussy smile. Your little bitch ass camera fucking filming me, because that's all you fucking got. That's all you fucking got. Your bullshit. That's all you got is bullshit. Walk on home, boys. Walk on home. Pantera, motherfucker. This is Texas. This is our fucking house.
We are Texans!
Our fucking house, motherfucker. Better remember that Alamo, motherfucker. Better remember Goliad, motherfucker. Because we will run your fucking sorry ass over again. Bet on that.
Here, you should go.
You know we lost at the Alamo, right?
I'm well aware of my fucking history, you motherfucker.
So why are you bringing it up?
Because you don't know your history then.
You stupid fuck.
You lost.
Yeah, we beat their motherfucking ass in San Jacinto afterwards. It's what kicked the motherfucking shit off to beat your fucking sorry motherfucking ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Thanks for a history lesson.
Thank you. Get the fuck out of here.
You're not doing anything. We're not letting you walk back that way.
You're blocking the sidewalk?
For a pedophile?
Oh, by the way, this woman in the back here, in the sunglasses, that's Kelly Neidert. All these people around her, Proud Boys.
Oh yeah, citizen's arrest. Let's go. Y'all aren't going to go anywhere. You might as well keep fucking walking and leave.
Little fucking fairy cat.
Have fun, Taylor.
Y'all like it when we fucking have shit on you now, do you?
Ah, they're too fucking pussy to fucking show their face because they're fucking coward little fucks.
A real man would stand up and fucking punch me in the face right now and take their beating like a real fucking man.
Outside.
Outside with it. We're outside with it.
Texas Live.
Just so it's a
And
bad.
we got a confrontation going on right here.
Not fucking surprised.
Touch me.
Not fucking surprised.
Now, we have additional footage from different locations here. Now you can see this is a different angle. This is from behind the group here of Proud Boys and Kelly Neidert in the middle. And you can see now, a lot of these people are InfoWars here. I don't know if this is like a employee of InfoWars or like just someone who really likes InfoWars. But one thing to point out here is that this is a man, a live streamer. This guy right here with the orange beard. This guy is Taylor. Let's see. What's his last name? Taylor. Let me get the last name for you. Oh, sorry. Taylor Hansen. It's this man. Taylor Hansen, who is a field reporter, a self-described independent journalist. And he is an extremely far-right reporter. Now, just 2 hours ago, he announced that he is co-producing a documentary about January 6th for One America News Network, which gives you an indication of kind of his political biases. But additionally, if you guys remember the event from a couple weeks ago, or like last week maybe, where there was this huge hullabaloo over kids being brought to a family-friendly drag event. Do you guys remember that? Has that stuck in your memory banks? Yes, we got a few yeses here. Okay. For your info, right? Oh, also, for people who are not familiar with Taylor Hanson's work, here he is with Marjorie Taylor Greene debunking the January 6th Commission's findings.
Eyewitness statements to back everything I've said is up.
And you would think the January 6th committee, if they were so interested in the truth and finding out what happened on January 6th, I certainly would think, Taylor, you would be someone that they would want to talk to, especially.
Wait, why is the audio so out of sync on this clip?
Especially when they had all these private hearings where the public couldn't see them. They could have talked to you. They could have taken all of your video evidence. They could have taken your testimony, but they didn't do that when they had the opportunity, especially when all of their hearings were closed to the public.
So basically, he went on Marjorie Taylor Greene's show to complain about the fact that the January 6th Commission did not get him to testify. They didn't request his testimony. That's basically his hit. Like, this is all illegitimate because they didn't ask me to go in and testify. Now, let's see here. Is this here? No, it's not there. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is Taylor Hanson on the left here, with Aldo Buttazzoni at the family-friendly drag event. You know, going in undercover here, and essentially, again, the family-friendly drag event of which, like, oh my god, got on Tucker Carlson. Texas started passing legislation. Everyone went into hysterics. I need you guys to know that this was like a planned, like, political op perpetrated by the Blaze. John Doyle, who is a relatively large far-right, self-described white nationalist who now works for the Blaze, which, for the record, is Glenn Beck's network. He showed up with a bunch of protesters to protest this event. A number of other Blaze employees were blending in with the crowd and going into this family-friendly drag show to get, you know, the most incriminating stuff they could. And the stuff that they found was drag queens dancing and walking in front of children. The horror. So I just need you all to know that was a planned political operation to, like, fearmonger against LGBTQ people. And that this person is not some kind of impartial journalist. He literally showed up with this guy who is a far-right person as well. I believe he's part of, like, a podcast. I think, like, the KGB show, maybe. Oh yeah, he's a recurring guest on Elijah Schaefer, also a neo-Nazi sympathizer, on Elijah Schaefer's slightly offensive show for The Blaze. Maybe this isn't the same guy. The same guy who does the KGB show. To them, drag queens existing as a smoking gun? Well, yes. To them, drag queens existing and being able to walk around in public is a smoking gun. They believe just by... look, guys, conservatives believe that gay people or trans people openly existing in public is a fundamental attack on their lives. It is an imposition on them for gay and trans people to exist. Because then they have to look like the bad guys when they refuse to go to the weddings or whatever. And they view it as an attack on their kids if their kids happen to see a person who is different from them. They view it as an attack on their kids if they see, like, a trans individual walking around or two gay people kissing. But here is this event from a different perspective. Oh, by the way, the people you can see in this video, here, we'll back it up just... you see this black and yellow polo? That is one of the official Proud Boy shirts.
Get out of here. We don't like y'all here. Get out of here.
Antifa, go home.
Better not turn around.
Not fucking welcome, mother.
Yeah, by the way, look at how many of these alt-right fucks are that concerned with these two guys showing up and just standing there.
Fucker,
This is
not
Texas.
fucking welcome.
This ain't California. Think we're joking? Remember that fucking Alamo.
Take that shit to Cali.
Y'all need to even moving, dude. Better start fucking moving. The most we'll get is 30 days in jail to break everything.
I've been to fucking jail. I will fucking go back, motherfucker. Not fucking afraid.
You're shaking like a little pussy bitch.
You can't hold the camera pro like that, dude. It's a body camera. Come on, buddy.
I did 6 months fucking locked up, motherfucker. I'll fucking do it again, happily. Just to know I beat your fucking bitch ass, you fucking pedophile, fucking faggot.
You protect.
By the way, you can see this independent reporter smile, a lot of the other recorders laughing. You know, to them, this is just an opportunity to be like, Antifa showed up and threatened our protest, our legal protest. They showed up and they were threatening us. That's why all of these cameras are on these like two guys who are standing there. Oh yeah, no, they are absolutely standing around with their cameras, hoping that one of these two guys is going to lose their cool and like throw a punch. And then they can like be like, oh yeah, these guys who were yelling about breaking every bone in their body just seconds before, they were actually the ones who were assaulted by evil, highly trained Antifa super soldiers.
Children,
That's all
you're
you
nothing
got.
but
That's
domestic
all you got
terrorists.
is your little fucking pussy fucking smile. Your little fucking pussy smile. Your little bitch ass
Smile.
fucking filming me. That's all you fucking got. Bullshit. That's all you got. Bullshit. Walk on home, boys. Walk on home. Pantera, motherfucker.
And there's another video here. Shows a little bit more.
Surprise! Touch me. Not fucking surprise.
And you'll never be back, I guarantee you.
Try and play a little bit of peacemaker here.
We don't make peace with fucking pedophiles. Not gonna fucking happen.
By the way, again, this is mainstream conservative rhetoric. This is mainstream conservative rhetoric, guys. Mainstream conservatism is calling, is based around right now, based around calling transgender people groomers. And groomers is just another word for pedophile. So why is he calling them pedophiles? How the fuck did he get to that conclusion? So Tokushima, if you haven't been super plugged into politics lately, the mainstream conservative political talking point of the day right now went from that trans women are actually men and therefore cannot compete in sports against cis women, and then to LGBTQ teachers being talking about being gay, or having a picture of their spouse on their desk, or teaching kids, hey, this is what a transgender person is, or this is what a gay person is. They started calling that grooming. And grooming is when you purposely indoctrinate a child in order to take sexual advantage of them. And so this became a mainstream Republican talking point, to the point that Tucker Carlson, the largest, most watched political commentator in the United States, goes on his show almost every night and has a section of his show dedicated to talking about how LGBTQ people are indoctrinating children, and that this indoctrination is going to unravel the fabric of society. And it is, it's getting really scary out there. This type of fear-mongering has now triggered Florida to reclassify transgender healthcare as experimental in an effort to kick all adults who are currently on Medicaid and trans. Basically, if you are on Medicaid and trans in Florida, you can no longer get access to transgender healthcare. Because Medicaid doesn't cover it anymore. And that is something that is now being pushed in all other conservative states. And conservatives are pushing towards, in the long run, making transgender healthcare illegal. Because the ultimate goal is putting trans and gay people back in the closet. Another effort that has been undertaken, I believe in Tennessee, created an entirely separate form of marriage. You might have heard about this when it was going around the national media. People were talking about how Tennessee had created this new form of marriage that would allow children of any age to be married to adults. And while that was true, the Republican legislature fixed that, added a minimum age. But one of the main problems with that bill in the first place was the fact that it created a new form of marriage that is only available to straight people. They created a special common law form of marriage that only straight people can get. It is what they refer to as the real marriage, you know? Yeah, it's fucked, Skiver Quiver. And that bill in Tennessee was sponsored by a dude who married a 16-year-old when he was 40. Jesus. Yeah, so rhetoric is escalating around the country, which is leading to people like this guy calling just anyone who defends LGBTQ people a groomer. If you go on to Twitter or you will find people just if they're conservative calling LGBTQ people groomers. Verified, just so I can ask, what is Antifa? Is that a gay pride thing? I've heard people talk about it, but I don't know. Yo, Need Tree Fitty, thank you for verifying. And I wish I could turn verified chat off. It was, it's a prerequisite for being a featured Pride Month creator. But thank you very much for asking. Antifa is a kind of a shortened version of the phrase or word anti-fascist. So when you hear people talking about Antifa, they're actually talking about anti-fascists, which basically have existed since like World War II. Whenever there's like a neo-Nazi rally marching through town, typically Antifa will like rally a counter-protest to help keep local people safe from, actual fascists. That is typically what Antifa is like does. It's not like an organization. There's not like an Antifa headquarters or anything like that. It's just people who like want to show up to protect their homes and their neighborhoods. Because fascists are still out there and they are like posing threats to people, you know? Like when a bunch of people show up to, for example, like a family-friendly drag show and start yelling about how the parents bringing their kids there are like want to put gashes in their young boy like penises. Like it's those are the people that Antifa shows up to protest. Yeah, it's not a group, it's just like-minded people defending their own neighborhoods. If that makes sense. Did that make sense? I lost my job because they didn't want to make temporary ADA accommodations. Now I have to fight it out. Oh, Maka D Red, I'm sorry to hear that. What was that last part? Yeah, Solazar, when John Doyle showed up at that family-friendly drag event, one of the things that he was shouting through a bullhorn at families with young children was that, you know, if you're a parent taking kids to a drag event, like a family-friendly drag event, that you essentially want to put a gash in a young boy's private parts, referring to bottom surgery for trans women. In the late 90s, I, an ally, heard lots of gay people refer to cis people as breeders. I called them out on it. Do any LGBTQ people here still hear that term for cis people? If so, will you ask them to stop? I have never heard that term. If I'm being 100% sappy wonder, I hear gay people call each other breeders more than I hear them call like anyone else breeders. I've never heard that term for cis people. I've only heard that in like sex as in like a breeding kink, meaning like you get fucked real deep, you know? You get fucked real deep and then they come inside you. That, yeah, like the breeding thing is typically more like a gay kink thing rather than a term for cis people. As far as I've heard it recently. If I heard it used in a derogatory way, yeah, I think I'd ask people to stop. I've only heard that in the sheets. Yeah, Sweet Myth's music. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I can tell who's part of the non-heterosexual community, based on the people who understood what I was saying. Whoa, Taylor Latte Boy. Okay, we can't be throwing around the C word in chat, okay? Twitch has made it very clear that the C word is not a permitted phrase. Unfortunately, you have to use the soft K, okay? Cracka. You know, that's how us folks, us Caucasian fellows, use the term, okay? Cracka or honka. Okay, I like the term honka. It's you know, you gotta use the soft Y. We have an emote for it in chat. You only have to follow to get the emote, the honka emote. It's pretty great. Hey, I have witnessed breeding a breeding kink in straight context too, to be fair. Okay. Well, yeah, you know, straight people can do the breeding thing too. It's fine. I enjoy dry, salty treats. Also, folks, we're 7 follows away from hitting 7,500, and it would really make my night if we hit that arbitrarily large number. And I've been streaming for about 3 hours, so throw some subs, bits, or exclamation point tips my way to help me feed myself and pay rent because I stream full time. Need Tree Fitty 350. Thank you very much for the follow. And I did see this. Oh, so they are just helping people protect their neighborhood. I can get behind that. So these Proud Boys just hate gay people and Antifa is just standing up for them. Exactly, Need Tree Fitty. Need Tree Fitty. Exactly. By the way, for the record, in case people don't know this, the Proud Boys in other countries have been labeled as a terrorist organization. If somebody's calling themselves a Proud Boy, they are aligning themselves with a known terrorist organization. It doesn't have that designation in the United States yet, but it does have it in other countries outside of the United States. And for the record, it was quite literally founded by a neo-Nazi. So, yeah, they are, they're not good dudes. Remember all those right-wing LGBTQ folks who coalesced around Trump and told us the GOP was... And, okay. Yeah, Gavin McInnes is a neo-Nazi. That's something I've always wondered about. How the fuck are they not viewed as a terrorist group? Like, well, so Tokushima, one of the reasons they're not viewed as a terrorist group in the United States is because it's really, really difficult to get a terrorist group designation in the United States. Like, we all know the KKK. Like, the KKK is one of the most famous terrorist groups in the United States. But it's not called or designated a terrorist group by the US government. You know? Good night, Maka D-Red. Yeah, you really have to work at it, Dalen K. Exactly. Yeah, the FBI did temporarily list the Proud Boys as an extremist group, but it's not the same thing. Let's see. The KKK is one of the most notable terrorist groups in the world. Absolutely. Didn't Gavin McInnes stream himself having fun with a sex toy? I don't know about that, but Gavin McInnes did write an article about all the things he hates about Jewish people. Let's see. Jack, if this has been really hard to listen to. I'm grateful for you doing this. You're an amazing person. I'm happy to have found this community. I'm happy you're here too, public loser. Okay, well, I didn't need to know that Gavin McInnes was seen on camera playing with a dildo. Something I did not need to know. There's a video I was gonna show that was going to hit one of my points. Camaro SS King 7, thank you for hitting the follow button. More people. Guys, we need 6 more of you to hit the follow button. Go, 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 go. You should comment on Renegade Cut's vid on fascism. Renegade Cut is, by the way, if you like political commentary and like well-constructed like video essay stuff on YouTube, definitely check out the channel Renegade Cut. Some of the best like movie commentary stuff that you can find, movie analysis, and it melds that with political analysis really, really well. He has some really great stuff on fascism. Let me see here. Let's see. Proud Boys, we were talking about that. What was I going to show you guys? I wasn't going to show you guys the breeding kink. That definitely wasn't the thing I was showing you. Aren't juggalos also considered a terrorist group? Are they? That would be weird as shit. $918 viewers. Let's fucking go, baby. Have you seen the new Aten vid? Yeah, we watched it on stream like yesterday, Danny boy. Did you ever get around to watching Renegade Cut's video on shoplifting? I did. Okay. Oh, yeah, we never finished watching this. Here we go.
Don't touch me! Do not touch me!
Shut the fuck up.
What are you going to do about it? I didn't touch you, but what you
So again, to recap, 2 members of Antifa showed up outside of this 21 plus drag event to counter protest these people, because these people are Proud Boys. They were going to go in and protest or try and put a stop to the drag show. And so, hey, Savage Like Fred, it's been a hot minute since we've seen you in chat. So they're basically being like the lightning rod for all these people's hatred. Yeah, Solazar, I feel like we have enough mods. A lot of the view count is from people who are just on the front page. A lot of people aren't actually like hitting the follow button, coming in and chatting. Though I would love it if you guys did. True Scat. Two's Scat. Thank you for the follow. And Noodle Yum, thank you for the follow as well. Love me some tasty nudes.
What you gonna do about it, huh? Gonna do a little threat to us? What? What? I didn't think so, bitch.
Your mama's calling. Time to fucking go home, pussy.
Yeah, they probably should. So it sounds like the LSPD just called for backup.
Hey, got nothing. Hey, fuck me.
To kind of calm this situation down.
Right, that's what you call him.
What do you think about this happening right now?
Comrades out here. Come on now. By yourself.
Thought you're Antifa.
He's not intimidating.
Tough as shit.
He's not intimidating? Why do you think this is happening?
Real quick.
Hey. I don't live stream, I don't do anything, I just ask questions. You got streamers here, but I don't live stream.
What's wrong with live stream?
Was that Jeff Turner? Maybe? I don't know who Jeff Turner is. Wait, was Yeehaw Alamo Boy wearing a kilt? I believe he was, yes. Those guys hate women? Absolutely they do. The Proud Boys literally take an oath to uphold like patriarchy. Did you read about the 31 arrested from the U-Haul in Idaho? Yeah, no, Dalen, the other day we covered it. Yeah, like 31 Patriot Front members, which is a fascist organization, showed up at an outdoor pride event, family-friendly pride event. And we're moving to a U-Haul, supposedly filled with weapons, to try and break it up. There were also members who were with them from Atomwaffen, which is a, I mean, what kind of political ideology do you think that a group named Atomwaffen has? They're Nazis. These people who claim to be American patriots are just neo-Nazis with the Star-Spangled Banner on their uniforms. That's it.
What do you think, brother? I mean, you were right in the middle. You kind of got in the middle to separate.
They're looking for an excuse to start a fight. I mean, that's all it is. It's about intimidation. They just want to...
So again, this is Taylor Hanson, who is a far-right political pundit.
get somebody to do something so they can all roll in and have an excuse and try and blame it on Antifa starting something. When you saw that, I'm sure you get all these recordings of it, they're them getting in people's faces, trying to intimidate, threatening, trying to start fights. You hear right there, they're looking for combat. We're not. We're not trying to. Excuse me, officer. Excuse me, officer. These gentlemen have placed us under citizen's arrest. It's been recorded. They've admitted to illegally obstructing us. They say that we are not allowed to walk with them. That they are not. So these guys here. It is recorded on camera.
I will totally take
all of that
for it in a moment.
Yes.
We're not going to handle it right here. Okay. What I need right now.
How are you going to not handle it right here if you're not going to get their identities in order to actually handle it?
We're going to take complete support. There's officers over there. We will do that. But right now.
My rights have been violated. We have been threatened. We have been.
I mean, this group of people did try to place them under a citizen's arrest and also spent, like, I don't know, 5 minutes calling them, like, slurs and threatening to beat the shit out of them. So, I mean, this is kind of the state of things right now. This is a tweet put out by Kelly Nieder. We are out here at Troy's at Texas Live, where families are taking their children in to see the Disney drag show. Antifa basement dwellers have also crawled out to counter-protest. Keep in mind, they were at a 21-plus drag event. So families were not taking their children to the 21-plus drag event. So it's weird. It's almost like these conservatives will just lie. It's almost like conservatives will just make shit up in order to try and make their political adversaries look bad. Okay. So one of the things, speaking of conservatives just lying, why you always lying? There is a Twitter account that goes by Libs of TikTok. Now, Libs of TikTok essentially is a large aggregation service on Twitter that finds LGBTQ teenagers or teachers and tweets them out to a rabid audience of conservatives, and a not insignificant number of those conservatives are also well placed in media, meaning that Libs of TikTok essentially became a hub for directing national outrage about queer people existing at relatively powerless and defenseless people like, again, teachers and children. For those of you who are unfamiliar, by the way, with what Libs of TikTok does, okay? So here we have the Surfs, friend of the show. Libs of TikTok posted the direct location of an LGBTQ plus event where children were being read stories. The Proud Boys showed up and started screaming slurs at a drag performer, one wearing a shirt that said, "Kill your local pedophile." The children were understandably terrified. Let's take a look at this. Libs of TikTok tweets, AC Lib is advertising Drag Queen Story Hour specifically for preschoolers. The library is funded primarily by local property taxes. And this is next to a tweet that says, today, 8 to 10 Proud Boys stormed a drag queen story time at the San Lorenzo Public Library in the liberal Bay Area, filming, shouting slurs, and terrifying a bunch of children who had come to hear a story. Sheriff's deputies had to escort them out. Reporters, please DM me for more info. We covered this story the other day, but one part of about this that I did not know was that it was initiated by Libs of TikTok. I didn't know that the reason the Proud Boys even showed up at this event where a performer dressed up in a fun outfit was reading a story to children was because a nationally followed conservative hate hub essentially tweeted it out to over 1 million people. By the way, again, keep in mind that these people think that gay and trans people are groomers, meaning they think that gay and trans people are pedophiles. And then they showed up to an event. Kill your local pedophile. The rhetoric around this is increasing. Do these guys just come out of the woodwork during Pride Month? Oh, need tree fitty? They've always come out of the woodwork around Pride Month. But it's escalating. Things have been getting real bad out there. Like in the past like week or so, I mean, like you got mainstream conservative politicians saying shit like we need to kill trans people. We need to kill gay people. You know? We got all kinds of shit like that going on right now. It's real bad. It's real fucking bad. So you have a Georgia rally for trans people in sports was shut down because there were violent threats. A school in Wisconsin was terrorized with bomb threats until they shut down a Title IX investigation that was being conducted on bullies who were bullying a kid because they were trans. A library with a drag queen was stormed today. That story I just mentioned. You have images like this floating around on social media, specifically Facebook and such. People are fucking scared because there are armed folks out there calling for talking and working themselves up about how they need to kill gay people. And it's fucking scary. Yeah, Boy Meets Mini. Absolutely. I'm not super familiar with the Hindu nationalist movement in India, but from what little I know, you are 100% correct. Yeah, right now there are also legislators who are trying to essentially intimidate the parents of trans youth with taking their children away if they get their kids medical care. It's fucking scary out there. All right, so here we go, folks. Here we go. All right, Cur de Dalene. I don't know how to say this. I'm not an Idahoan. Idaho police arrest armed extremists protesting Pride event. Entrama, the idea that you think I care how to pronounce that town's name that I have already forgotten is amusing to me. So the fact is that earlier today, a bunch of members of essentially what is known as Patriot Front, they are this particular branch of which is called the Panhandle Patriots Riding Club, which is a motorcycle club, decided that they were going to go and protest Pride. And here is one of their flyers. Come join Panhandle Patriots RC in standing up against the indoctrination and grooming of our children. As you can see, they have the Punisher logo with an assault rifle and Panhandle Patriots lazily photoshopped over it. And of course, the Punisher has a red, white, and blue flag. Definitely patriotism being something the Punisher is known for having. And then they have an image here of Drag Queen Story Hour with a drag queen reading a book to children with a slash through it. Then we have... it's hard to read because they just put white over white, but I'll do my best. Drag Queen Story Hour in Seattle, coming to a neighborhood near you. Your sexual preference is your business. Leave the kids alone. Let them decide who they want to be. I'm just gonna stop. That's the entire point. That's the entire point. Wait, You are explicitly not letting them decide who to be when you are making laws and creating policy that hides gay people from kids. Come on now. Okay, this is an email between our local library and Pride Alliance. If you don't protect children, you are part of the problem. Here is the email from one Denise Newjar to North Idaho Pride Alliance, CC Jeanette Laster, RE Pride Program for Kids. Hi, Jessica and Jeanette. Thank you so much for the form to fill out for the Kids Pride Celebration Program. I wanted to check if Tuesday, June 21st, from 2 to 3:30 p.m. would work with your schedule. I would bring games, music, and crafts for kids, and it would be aimed for ages 5 to 10, but everyone is welcome. Seriously, guys. That's the problem. That's the, that's the problem? You guys know that, like, when someone is hosting, like, an event to read books to people, right? Generally speaking, you want to post an age range so people know whether, like, the books being read are, like, picture books. Are they, like, you know, baby's first chapter books? Are they young adult books? Are they fantasy books for all ages? Like, what is the age range of the material you're going to be reading? Like, it's not like they like, conservatives try and paint these emails as like, they're targeting kids 5 years old to 10 years old. And then it's just like, well, yeah, that's the audience that the book is written for. Like, what? You kind of need to know that when you're planning an event. These people got such a big bug up their butt, okay? That they then wound up getting arrested by the police in Idaho, which, you gotta kind of fuck up quite a bit to be arrested by the police when you are conservative protesters. Yeah, they showed up wearing masks. Yeah, like, on masks, military fatigues, etc. Let's see here. Do we have... And we have more info here. Here's from someone who is on the ground. Alyssa Azar on Twitter. Who is also a Syrian journalist. So, here is what they had to say on the matter. They said... And we'll throw it up on screen, some of the video segments. I'm currently in that Idaho town where an annual family event called Pride in the Park is projected to come under attack from fascist militias and right-wing Christo-fascist extremists. This is a significant day because of the predicted fascist incursion and the 2-year hiatus due to COVID, but especially so as the mere existence of queer people comes under increasing attack from the violent and extremist GOP. Some of the people expected to show up and impose their violent beliefs are various groups of neo-Nazis, 3%ers, January 6th insurrectionists, members of Ammon's army, I don't know exactly what that is, PDX Liberation, and Proud Boys, all of which have signaled that they plan to be in attendance. On the walk over, there was a lot of Gadsden, Thin Blue Line, Punisher flags, etc. A lot of people at the Pride in the Park event. It's very colorful and the energy is high. Though the fascist events are primarily farther away from the location, there's quite a variety of chuds surrounding the perimeter of the event. And we'll throw up a few of these pictures here. You can see, read the Bible while you're able, prepare to meet thy God. This flag down here is the flag of Christianity, in case you didn't know that. Ammon. See, you can see these folks having a normal one over here. Getting a bit feral here. Two genders, penis equals male, vagina equals female. It's easy to tell. Is it though? Is it that easy to tell? 'Cause, cis folks, most of y'all can't tell, okay? Most of you all cannot tell, alright? There are trans men who look indistinguishable from this man in a cowboy hat, okay? There are trans men that look indistinguishable from this man in a cowboy hat. And I know because I've met them. And they post their pics online. Here, let me just... trans man in a cowboy hat. Images. Let's take a look here. All right. Oh shit! Look at it's the same guy. It's the same man. JK. Are you a male or a female? You can call me she, her. You can use she, her pronouns. Also, just gotta say, mods, I would encourage you, please have more patience than you usually do today, because we're gonna get a lot of new people in here. I mean, also, yes, there are far more attractive men, trans men in cowboy hats, okay? There are far more attractive men in cowboy hats. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, okay? You gonna look this man in the eye and tell him he's not a man? Yo, get fucked. Also, like, you couldn't even, like, center this. You couldn't even... This sign... Look, chat. I have to be honest with you, okay? If conservatives win the culture war, alright? If conservatives win the culture war... This sign right here, that's the height of art, okay? That's how good our art is gonna be in society if conservatives have their way, okay? It's me, Natalie Marie. Thank you for gifting Catalina Gearbox a sub! And folks, please do support the channel monetarily, because we are at a pretty significant lull in the year, and I would like to be able to pay my rent. Yo, real talk, heretic unbound, real talk. Even mentioning the word, like calligraphy or like style to them makes them think you're gay. Okay, that means they got to get rid of it. All right. All right. We also have. The singing has been pretty continuous, so I guess maybe harsh language coming. Yo, these people are gonna be real confused when they wind up in hell.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that holy shit at the end. We're all that holy shit. All right. Continuing on. Earlier, a handful of Adam Waffen dudes got kicked out of the park by anti-fascists. A group of literal Nazis, the 1488 type, also just got a bit confrontational, but were verbally pushed out. People were yelling at the folks for attempting to kick the Nazis out, but they ignored it. Like, folks, those people, like, if anyone out there happens to be a conservative, right? The people who were just singing those sweet, sweet hymns, they were Nazis. Okay? You know who, like I cannot stress this enough. Nazis, like 1920s, 30s Nazis sang hymns. All right? Don't be fooled by this shit. Fascists were just harassing a trans woman. The cops arrested her and left the fascists alone. Street preacher was just arrested on a different side of the park. Unsure why. I hear trespassing. Goodness. Happy Pride, Transcend TTV. Hope you're having a good one. Welcome. Let's see. A lot of kitties dancing in the bubbles as the spontaneous sun emerges as a welcome surprise. A musician is currently performing on the main stage. Let's just, you know, this is nice. Let's just take a couple seconds to. Yeah, this is nice. Look at that. Okay, Adam Waffen Division. Here are a couple pictures of them at work, by the way, in case you were like, oh, we don't actually believe that Adam Waffen was at this event. Just in case. Here we go. Groomers are not welcome in Idaho. They say while dressed in skull masks, bearing 1488 signs on them and their bodies. Yep, here they are.
And they'll give you support fucking groomers? No. I don't support groomers. Wait, by what support groomers? You're fucking shit's nuts. I support Christians. Go home, Nazis! You think I'm gonna?
Based bros.
Go home, Nazis! Can you explain what a Nazi is? Or a Nazi, and they'll give you support fucking groomers? No.
I'm not a Nazi. I'm just part of a group called Atomwaffen. Jesus. You know, I agree this one. Nazis should be homeless. I wish them I wish them immiserated. Then we have more people we have more people showing up with signs to protest the Adam Waffens. We got excellent clarification here of what's going on in this scene. An additional sign present, pointing out the Nazis in this scene. Joanna, thank you for gifting a sub to Transcend TV, TTV. I appreciate it quite a bit. KBS, also thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate you. 4 goddamn months. Yeah, very difficult to argue you're not with a group of Nazis when the word Waffen is in your group name. You know? Yeah. like again, it's like... It's like, yeah, my You know, I just named my kid Hitler. I don't see what the big deal is. You know, like... Alright, let's see how this progressed. I mean, we know how it eventually ended. Yeah, so apparently as people were protesting the people were protesting the Nazis, then a bunch of people started doing the cha-cha slide, like right next to them. It was a very odd scene, I guess. Then you also had men walking around with assault rifles. So, you know, that's normal. This man's name is Steven, with the 3 Percenters, who are a militia group dedicated to being ready for when the government collapses, we'll say. Yeah, you know, just normal. Now he's wearing shoes. He's wearing shoes. These guys were with the street preacher. They are also armed. These guys are literal Nazis. They're currently engaged in a heated conversation with the group and saying fucking awful things that I will not repeat about trans and black folks. And if you're part of the trans or African American community, you can likely fill in the gaps there. Look, the master race isn't sending their best, okay? Let's just put it that way. They are not even trying to hide their support for genocide and fascism. The guy on the left in the checkered shirt was just being super racist and said that fascism is good and that it's fine queer and trans people are here because they'll all be dead soon. So, yeah, in case you're wondering how conservatives are doing these days regarding gay and trans folks, the mainstream conservative position is not all that different from where this guy in the checkered shirt is. Here's a gay dog that was at the event. That's nice. That's a very happy gay dog. Look at him. Look at them. That dog is extremely gay. I agree. Hey, Chaotic Kitten. Yeah, we're getting to the socialism soon. Oh wait, I can't be. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me on the DMCA music. Not while I'm on the front page. I have to wake up pretty early in the morning to get me to play that. Got some drag queens. The march of Christo-fascists came towards the park. They appeared to try to come in, but it seems like the cops told them not to. Unsure if they'll try again. It also seems like the cops are taking order from the feds today. Can't confirm, but that's what appears from observation. So. How many genders are there? There are more genders than the amount of times I fucked your mom. Which is infinite, by the way. Wow, that was hella rude. I'm sorry. Usually people who ask that, you know, maybe Buckeye boy, maybe I came on too hard, okay? But usually people who come in and ask that question are extremely rude to me. But you know what? If you're chill, I apologize to you. Pride counter rallies, literally the least important thing to real conservatives. Nah, brah, real conservatives are passing legislation against Pride right now. Real mainstream conservatives are passing legislation against trans and queer people right now. Look, you can tell me being against gay people is not a Republican priority when they stop passing legislation that literally prevents gay and trans people from doing things. You know, like, hey, maybe it should be okay for a gay teacher to have a photo of, like, their husband on their desk. You know, maybe it should be okay for kids to know that, like, gay and trans people exist. You know, that's fine. Just a little bit as a treat. But nah, that's being legislated away. Healthcare is being denied to trans people across the country. And Republicans sure as shit act like they care about it a lot. Like, the mainstream conservatives cannot stop talking about trans people. Just fucking leave us alone. For real. There are more genders in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamed of in your asshole, Horatio. Oh, look, Patriot Front was arrested. That's good. Here's 21 people who arrived at this event to stir up trouble. You have to push pretty hard to get arrested by police when you're a conservative. I hadn't even heard of this rally. Yeah. Weird how during Pride Month, as a queer person who covers politics, I might talk about hundreds of conservatives descending on a family-friendly Pride event while spouting the same talking points and rhetoric that mainstream conservatives do regarding queer people. Look, it's not my job. I'm not a therapist. I don't have, like time to work through this. These aren't the extremists in the conservative party. These are mainstream conservatives now.
Hey, just stay off the grass. You guys can film as much as you want. Just stay off the grass, please. You know what they're being detained for? They're being arrested. What are they being arrested for? Family member of theirs? Oh, dude, I don't think so. Dad? You in there? I don't think so.
Like, it's pretty fucking scary when, like, 100 armed people show up to, with the intent to do violence, talking about how queer people need to be, cleansed from the earth. Like, here's an example, right? Here's an example from further up. These are neo-Nazi members of the group Atomwaffen, which is again, a neo-Nazi group, holding up a sign calling LGBTQ people groomers, which is quite literally mainstream conservative rhetoric. You hear conservative politicians saying this exact same thing at both, like, the local, state, and national levels. And when the Nazis and mainstream conservatives are saying the same thing, that should make you a bit worried. That should make you a bit worried about the direction these politics are moving. Let's see. Okay.
now it's here. Yeah, all this is on the internet. Hey, lady,
See, more arrests. Oh, apparently the journalist was arrested. Or detained, rather. Okay. So that was it. We got this covered. Isn't Nazism a form of grooming? I mean, I would say that there's a lot of grooming in Nazism, but that the two aren't mutually exclusive. Or rather, that the two aren't mutually exclusive, but that they aren't the same thing. Cleanse the earth? This isn't mainstream? That is crazy? Nah, Warfront. Nah. Conservative politicians just want to do it by denying trans people healthcare. They want to do it by alienating like queer folks. Like, for example, in Florida just passed legislation that reclassifies trans healthcare as experimental, meaning that it is no longer covered by the state's Medicaid program, meaning that if you are poor and trans, you effectively can no longer live in the state of Florida. Because trans people need medication, need their medication, and their gender-affirming surgeries in order to not die. So, like, yeah, I mean, you might say, oh, well, it's with the best of intentions at heart, but even if that were true, which it certainly is not, they are passing this legislation in a deliberate effort to remove trans people from society. Yeah, deny healthcare, make it impossible to talk about trans people or gay people around, like, kids in public. I mean, you can see where this is going, right? Like, the idea that, like, you can't even talk about having, like being gay in front of kids, like, and if you do, you are now labeled a groomer. You can see how this is, like, escalating, right? And you understand, like, in our society, when, like, people call someone, like, a pedophile, what is the first reaction? What is one of the first main reactions people have in our society when learning someone is a pedophile? Okay? I'll tell you, okay? It's that was a rhetorical question. It's disgust, and then it's also usually some kind of I want to do a violence to that person. You know, usually it is and I'm gonna say this, painting with a broad brush here, but usually one or more people respond with that person should be killed. Okay? When conservatives are talking about gay people, not just like individual gay people, because that's definitely a thing that can happen, but when they're painting with a broad brush that gay people, or just talking about being gay, or talking about transness around kids, makes you a groomer, which is, again, another word for pedophile, these are deliberate calls to violence. These are deliberate calls to violence. And you can see how Republican politicians pushing that type of rhetoric at, like, the state and national level has now inspired fascists to come to pride events armed with guns with the intention of doing violence. So, like, I understand that, like, that can be a difficult thing to wrap one's head around, but I think if you just think that, like, what the rhetoric currently going around is, you can see how it is going in a direction that is woefully unhealthy for people like me. And I also just have to say, like, I don't think all conservatives are, like, evil. I don't think that. But what I do have to say is, like, people who are engaging in what is now mainstream conservative rhetoric, you know, the politicians, members of the conservative media, they are pushing a rhetoric that wants to kill people like me. Okay. It's time. So, we've talked a little bit about it, but there is a bit of controversy in online politics right now. And it largely revolves around a family-friendly drag show that was attended by approximately 130 people in Texas. And no one would have really talked about it, except that one shoe on head tweeted it out. And this then caught the attention of not just not just like the normal like conservosphere, but like it went national. Okay, Tucker Carlson covered it on his show. Texas is now considering a ban on drag performances in the entire state. And people are talking about how essentially bringing children to these drag performances is akin to, grooming children. Which is obviously a load of nonsense. Look, if you're going to a family-friendly drag show, the drag queens are wearing more clothing than, like, your average, like, girl in summertime, okay? If you're going to a drag show that's family-friendly, they are literally wearing more clothing than anyone on any given public beach, okay? And look, I disagree with Shu when it comes to drag, but I genuinely don't think she intended for any of this to happen. I've talked with her behind the scenes, and she's taken some steps to try and rectify the situation, and I think she is a good faith actor who got real caught up in this. Well, another aspect that has been underreported about this event is that, it was protested by fascists, led by John Doyle. So here is some footage from the event that has been going around. John Doyle here in his ill-fitting suit and jeans combo.
I only have one question. Why do you want to put an axe wound in between your son's legs?
Stop. You need to get kids here. Please get away.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, noted child defender, John Doyle screaming at children.
Please open the door. Y'all need to go. Let us in and get the ticket.
Also, like, I'm sorry. Like, weird, creepy smiles like this about shouting, about children's genitalia. Not normal. Okay? Not normal. Very creepy. Very weird. Tazafin, hello.
Please open the door. Y'all need to go. Let us in and get the ticket. You're not making America great.
Yes, we are. What do you mean? You're making America worse. You're bringing your children to this event.
You need to go now.
You're literally... Someone better call CPS on y'all.
Please do. We'll pray for you. You must repent.
Yes, you man. Please. You're in a cult. I'm in a cult. Says the man dressed in a dress.
I wonder if the mama bear instinct is going to come out in 3 years when the mainstream Democrat Party platform is they want to rape your kids. Oh. And they're all.
God, look at all these. Look at these like weird, like Neanderthal, like inbred chuckle fucks. God damn. By the way, these are all like the defenders of Western civilization right here. These are the Gastonians that John Doyle has been trying to cultivate. The incarnations of Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Like, good gravy. These yeah, truly we've epitomized the fucking new master race here. Yeah, look, let's be real here. They're all ugly as fuck. Okay, they're all ugly as fuck. But on top of it, none of them have any ounce of style. Like, John Doyle, your suit is ill-fitting. Your watch is tacky. Your sunglasses look like they cost you $5. You look like someone who just got done getting a wedgie and a swirly, and this is your, like, alternate outfit that you had in the trunk of your car. Okay? Like, literal fascists can't even dress themselves. Most of these people look like they live in their mom's basements, and, like, have to hurriedly hide their computer whenever their mom comes in because their mom thinks that they're wholesome, good little boys. Okay? Like, these people are just barely out of diapers. Holy shit. Gaston, look, if Gaston was real, he would personally, like, give each and every one of these guys a swirly, okay? He'd fucking wreck their shit.
You're gonna think it's one big, smug little joke, these people, by the way. Understand that there is a bigger difference between 10 years ago.
All of these men either look like they have never, like, talked one-on-one with a member of the opposite sex, or that they have to roofie women when they're on dates, alright? I'm just calling it out, okay? I'm just calling out what I see, alright? These people look like they sexually assault women.
Than there would be between now and in 5 years when they're openly advocating for pedophilia like they've already started doing. You people are the symptom of a dying society, and you know it.
You're scaring children! Shut the
We're
fuck
scaring
up!
children.
Shut the fuck
not
up!
Like, these kids are literally cringing and plugging their ears and crying. Holy shit, yeah. Defenders of Western civilization over here, just screaming at children impotently.
Shut the fuck up!
You are child abusers.
You.
And you're not a real woman.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
Your children should be home. Your kids aren't actually gay, you've just groomed them.
You know, I haven't seen any proof so far that any of these people are actually men. Haven't seen any proof so far. They might just be LARPing, I don't know. CTV just got banned for a week. He made the LGBTQ flag look like a swastika on his stream and Twitter. Damn. Who could have seen that coming? Who could have seen CTV being homophobic? Being transphobic? Crazy. If only someone had told Dylan Burns this long ago.
You're a groomer.
This is the Drag the Kids to Pride event at Mr. Mister's in Dallas's Oaklawn neighborhood. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show where kids danced with the performers. What came with it were protests outside.
You people are the symptom of a dying society, and you know it.
You're scaring children! Shut
We're
I live in this community. I have for several years.
Daisy says she first saw a poster for this event near where she lives.
I don't believe that I should be seeing signs advertising for children to be dancing on stage with men in thongs and in inappropriate clothing and makeup.
The organizers say today
oh god, men wearing inappropriate clothing? Oh my god. Men in inappropriate clothing? Oh wait, you mean men in you mean men in like makeup and like wearing a dress. Oh. Yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine.
It was a family-friendly event with a safe environment separate from their normal operation.
Yeah, look at this very inappropriately dressed drag queen.
In a statement, they said, "We believe everyone should have a space to celebrate who they are. Mr. Misters is a place where everyone is welcome to feel accepted, safe, and included."
I've been here like every night throughout the week.
AJ Cruz has worked at Mr. Misters for about 2 years now.
Oh my god. Fully clothed. Wait.
Like every night throughout the week.
AJ Cruz has worked at Mr. Misters.
Oh, is the problem wearing like fishnet leggings? Is that the problem? Oh wait, that can't possibly be the problem, right? Because this is a Miley Cyrus outfit. And you can see all of her leg too. She's performing in it. But like people don't call Miley Cyrus like a symptom of like societal degeneracy. And like show up to her concerts to protest her. Weird. Crazy.
For about 2 years now. He said today's event allows people to express them.
They don't point at it and go like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, KBS. You know what I mean. There isn't the conflation of like straightness and degeneracy like there is with gayness and degeneracy. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Themselves.
There was a lot less people drinking today, so that would make it more kid-friendly, just because there's so many people here. Everyone just came from all...
Oh, Rhodes, there are people who show up to Miley Cyrus concerts and complain that straight people are, like, going to be the downfall of society? I haven't seen that. Can you please find me a video where people are complaining about the straights destroying society?
All walks of life and, you know, just enjoyed Pride.
Organizers said they've received threatening emails and phone calls from the protesters.
I do not in any way condone the behavior that these people are engaging in, but what drags me out here is it's kids now.
Dallas police said they went to the event and protest to assist with crowd control and cleared the scene once the event was over. In Dallas, I'm Jay Wallace.
Damn, crazy that, yeah. But the straights are ruining society? I mean, I know that, Pastadas John, but the straights have been ruining society for thousands of years now, and, you know, eventually it's all gonna collapse and we'll be able to revert back to our natural single-cell organism status, okay? Finally, we can find rest in the void. Yeah, KBS, you're straight, and people like you have been reproducing and causing us to perpetuate this whole social experiment and consciousness. For shame.